And another edition of You Can't Tell American Women the Truth. We have a very angry single woman here, as you will see, who is mad that her gynocentric bubble is beginning to burst and politically incorrect truths are making their way into the minds of the mainstream. So let's roll this, play this clip, and get into it.
Please stop telling women in their late 20s, early 30s that time's a ticking. You better get on it. If you're single, wow, you might be fucked if you're 30. Listen, first of all, not every woman on this planet has the agenda of getting married to a douchebag just to have children.
She seems lovely.
What we are doing now as a society is forcing and pretty much like putting so much pressure on women my age to just find someone and get children going because you're just getting older. You're 29. I'm literally 29. Kick rocks. I'm still young. You psychopath.
29?
You fucking psychopath. We are literally pressuring women to marry dirtbag men just to have children. Divorce is skyrocketing. If I felt that pressure to do that and I married one of my exes, girl, could not be me. I'm doing fine. I am happy. Ugh. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Jesus. Stop just assuming that I am on a timeline because you are not putting me on a timeline, you stupid fucks. Get the fuck out of here. Sniff grass. Stop telling me that I'm old and time's ticking. Literally. Because if I'm living my life and every year I get older, I'm getting more upset and I'm just getting more stressed, what the fuck is the point of living life? Bitch, I am aging like fine wine. I am more secure with myself than I ever have been in my entire life. I'm sorry if men can't handle it. Like, person is wasting time on all these men because every year that goes by, I get wiser, stronger, I have higher standards. And you're wasting time. Being a dumb fuck. Being a loser.
Goddamn.
Being an immature asshole. So, I think you should stop telling women that they're losing time. Because they're not.
All right. So, what do you guys offended her? All this talk about women getting older has her an angry woman. It's kind of like when vampires are exposed to sun. They have like a visceral reaction. And when American women are exposed to the truths they've worked so hard to suppress, they too have a visceral reaction. For sure. And it's like you just can't tell American women anything. You can't tell them anything related to weight, biology, male preferences. Just can't tell them shit. So to me, it's laughable to see women like her realize that they are losing the stranglehold of censorship. It's like she's clearly been exposed to this idea of a woman having a condensed time for her fertility somewhere and is obviously angry that this biological truth is being brought to light. So like I was saying, it's like you can't tell these American women anything. They've gone full speech police, and I truly believe a majority of women in America, like Western women, I think a majority of them are actually against freedom of speech. Like their emotional response to language that they find offensive is so strong that I have zero doubts that if they were in charge, they would quickly become quite tyrannical. But, thankfully that's never going to happen. But, I mean, ultimately, zero doubts. I have zero doubts they would decline into absolute tyranny. I mean, do you doubt it? Sir, I don't. The way they respond to, like, unflattering truths, and it's like the only reason it's unflattering is because it's not politically correct, and they don't like the way it makes them feel. That's the only reason it could be even considered unflattering. When in reality, it's just truths about being fit and healthy, the crap about body positivity, All this shit, like, yeah, like feminism, body positivity, sex work, empowerment, destigmatizing like promiscuity in the minds of young women, feeding them lies about oppression, feeding them lies about gender equality, men and women, same, like the masculinization of women, men not needed. I mean, all this has been hammered so persistently that when they hear the contrary, they freak out. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle it. They get offended. It's annoying, actually. It's actually really unattractive. Extreme political correctness, if that makes sense. It's like the superficial sympathy that so many of these women display. It's like at first it can come off as, oh, you're so polite and caring. But you quickly realize it's just faux sympathy, superficial, left-leaning liberalism kind of garbage that really, like I said, is pretty superficial. And actually kind of selfish, if you think about it. What I was thinking about is if you look at like athletes, they know that their career prime typically is in their 20s and somewhat into their 30s. I mean, really depending on what sport. These athletes, they accept this and they don't get offended by it. They don't go around blaming reporters and writers about their hate for athletes. Oh, you guys just hate athletes. You guys are just jealous. You're projecting. Go heal. Go heal your trauma that you feel towards athletes. No, these athletes, they accept it because it's a biological truth that cannot be changed and just never will be changed. If they were told for most of their life that their prime never ends and they're never going to or they're going to be able to perform at the highest level possible forever, and then they all of a sudden start hearing and seeing more info coming out about how actually their athletic prime is short and explosive, they probably would actually get a little bit offended. So to me, what we're seeing here is just kind of like this clip. It's a shattering of a paradigm, the gynocentric bubble. I would just say our women have become accustomed to comforting lies. And she also said if she married her exes, she would not be happy about it. So basically just informing us she also isn't good at picking quality mates for herself. And I always say that a woman should have the men that she's related to. She should have these men help her pick quality men. But that's probably too offensive of an idea for a lot of these modern ladies. They probably honestly don't even have great relationships with the men in their life that they are related to. Right? I would probably take a guess at that. And then, she said she's 29. I'm not sure I believe her because she looks older than that. But again, an issue in America is the food we eat and the surplus of food a lot of Americans consume, and it certainly causes them to age quite quickly, and the lack of exercise as well. Which again, I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade at her physical appearance, but you can kind of tell she's a more heavy set woman. So I doubt that she's exercising that often. She probably eats a good amount, and that certainly will cause any human to age quicker. Definitely, if you're eating too much, you're not working out. So, and then I don't know if you noticed this, but she has a dog here. I had to watch this twice to pick it up. Let's see here at 154. You can't really. Let me.
That goes by.
Let's see here. 154. 153. You see the dog? You see the dog under her elbow, just like hanging out over there. It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Checks out. Also, what I've noticed is like American women, they have this kind of weird obsession with animals. I'm not going to get into it too much, but I've often heard them say that they prefer animals over humans. Have you heard them say that? To me, it's a strange statement. And like all this dog mom obsession and choosing to raise and nurture dogs instead of humans. But I guess honestly, I don't really have any issues with a woman like this choosing not to have children because, and it's also hard to pass on your ideologies to a dog. So, and like if we just turn off the audio and observe her mannerisms, it's quite repulsive. The hand gestures, the attitude displayed through her body language, her nails, I don't know if you noticed, it's just telltale signs of these types of ladies. It's all so unflattering, and it solidifies my personal preference to abstain from American women. All right. And then, I mean, the potty mouth on this woman. I haven't even mentioned, I guess I did earlier, the masculinization of these Western ladies. But I would bet she probably curses more than me. And that's just not an attractive trait in a woman. Like a sailor potty mouth over there. But again, it's politically correct, obsessed, left-leaning, don't need no man, bratty body language women like this are rampant in America. But again, like I said, at least their ideologies encourage them specifically not to reproduce. So maybe it will eventually go away. But ultimately, the institutions, they need to be addressed and changed, like, the schools and social media as well. Thankfully, Elon Musk purchasing Twitter, Rumble, these things, it's definitely shifting the messages that these women are getting. I would imagine this chick has been on Twitter recently, maybe even YouTube, and is just hearing all of this truth. It's too much truth for her. Look at all this body language, the claw. It's not quite full claw, but she's kind of like a little bit claw. And sometimes I do speak with my hands, but it's also kind of a way to entertain more. Because using your body language as you speak is a good way to keep people interested when you're speaking. But just like a lot of the ways they do it, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's kind of unflattering. Specifically the claw, when they're like claw at you, that shit gets old. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. This woman, obviously, I mean, I played this clip and I was like, wow, this chick is pissed off. What do you guys made her mad? Maybe it was me. I don't know. But then again, it's just like this visceral reaction, similar to vampires. When they come across sunlight, it's like these chicks hear the truth and they just they start fucking go full mode. They don't like it. But anyways, I'll leave it there and I'll see you next time.